Chelsea confirms shortage in England's 2022 World Cup defence. Blues left-back suffered a hamstring injury during the last round of the Champions League. In a statement, the Blues reported that the left-back was injured during the 2-1 victory over Dinamo Zagreb in the Champions League. The examination revealed a significant injury to the English tendon, which is now beginning the recovery process with the team's medical department. The period away from the pitch was not disclosed, but Chelsea has already said that the athlete will not travel to Qatar. Justin and Ryan Sessegnon keep an eye out and can gain space on the side. Thus, coach Gareth Southgate won a new absence due to injury. Reece and Kyle Walker are also out of the cup. Kalvin Phillips, in turn, is still in doubt. Without Chilwell, the Blues welcome the Gunners this Sunday, 06, at 9 a.m, for the 13th round of the Premier League. While the hosts are looking for the 3 points to climb the table, the visitors need the victory to regain the leadership of the English Championship, stolen by Manchester City. Disappointment by defeat, quality difference between teams and difficulty to create chances, all the words of Graham Potter after the defeat pro-Arsenal in the Premier League. In yet another bad performance, Chelsea suffered its second consecutive defeat in the Premier League and has gone 4 matches without a win in the competition. The London derby against Arsenal was caught, but the Gunners' superiority at Stamford Bridge was converted in the second half when Gabriel Magalhaes scored the visitors' winning goal. After the match, Graham Potter spoke about the team's performance, not hiding his disappointment. Of course, it's always a disappointment to lose a game like we did. We struggled and struggled, but I think you could see the difference between the two teams in terms of trust, in terms of the points they have, in terms of their structure and working together. We are not in a fantastic moment as we speak, and in the end, as much as it is not good to say, I think Arsenal deserved to win the game and were the better team overall. We have to take that and use it as motivation to improve. I don't think it's one thing, just the difference. Clearly trust is higher. They have the stitches, they got off to a great start and worked together for about 3 years. They have an understanding of each other. We are at the beginning of our process and we had some problems with injuries to important players that they managed to avoid. So a lot of things, it's not a simple solution, unfortunately. Potter also spoke of the superiority of the opposing team in terms of possession of the ball and what they did on the field to get the 3 points. I think it's fair, but you have to say Arsenal are ahead of us in terms of how they've been working together. They have more points, they have good confidence and structure. As I said in my first answer, you have to say it's fair. Our players, we had an idea of what we wanted to do, but we couldn't execute it and the opponent was good. Mason Mount played against Dinamo Zagreb in the middle of the week and did not have a good performance against Arsenal this weekend. However, Potter doesn't believe it was a mistake of choice. Chelsea have had great difficulties creating opportunities and converting them into goals this season, falling far short of expectations. Potter talked about the big problem to solve. Yes, of course. Once again, there are 2 teams on the pitch and I think Arsenal defend well, press well, and make it difficult to create chances. That's what the best teams do and Arsenal are a top team at the moment. I don't like to say it, but it's probably the reality. When that's the case, we need to do better in terms of how we create chances, because otherwise you're amplifying individuals and it's a team issue. Like I said, if the opponent does things well, they pressured well, we had some opportunities in terms of 3-on-3 and 4-on-4 in the final third, but the last pass was missing. If I'm looking at how we build our attacks in general, we're not as fluid and in as good a place as I'd like us to be. There are many reasons for this, but clearly this is where we have to improve as well. The break for the World Cup comes at a time when Chelsea have not been doing well this season, racking up poor performances over the past few weeks, and Graham Potter admits a break is welcome. This will help us. We will have 2 or 3 key players back and a few others closer to being back. That's how it's been. We had a storm in terms of a lot of games and injuries along the way. We have to deal with it and focus on how we can improve the team. As you can see today, there is work to be done. Ben Chilwell was the last Chelsea player to be injured, being absent from the team in the medium term, being able to stay away from the lawns for 3 months, being out of the World Cup. Potter talked about the players' reaction. He is disappointed, as you can imagine. It's a blow to him. He's going to miss the World Cup, which is bad news for any player. There is no time scale, we just have to help him get in shape, help him be strong and be ready for when he is right. We have to take care of him like we do with all our players. It's a hit, and we've tried to manage Ben Chilwell and the minutes he's had, in terms of not playing too often and making sure the progression is there. In the end, it's a blow to him and a blow to us. We have to make sure he is right and fit and strong. Mikel Arteta completed 150 games in charge of Arsenal, and the result of the coach's work has been showing after much initial criticism of his work. Graham Potter avoided commenting on the rival and even talked about a simulation of a lack of Bukayo Saka in the match. I think there was one action that was a little controversial, let's say, but I don't think Bukayo Saka, is that kind of player. It's not for me to say, it's up to you to make the assessments. A lot has happened. I had a lot to deal with. I'm sure if you look at Arsenal's history and where they are now from a year ago, that there is a difference. I'm sure sometimes Mikel has criticism, and that's just how it is, that's work and life, and we have to deal with it. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like, and have updated videos every day. Let me know what you think of the video in the comments.